Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Mark from Solo Games. If you haven't heard, there was this great dumping of Magic cards at a Texas dumpster. Seems like it's somewhere outside of Dallas. That's where this thing was. But the original poster of that r/picks actually made a new post. It's pretty cool. So first of all, we kind of found out that the guy probably doesn't actually know too much about Magic because he said something like, if I knew this was thousands of dollars, I would have probably taken more stuff than just what I took. The other thing he commented on too was that apparently he was getting like death threats from people. I don't know what that's all about. And then of course with saying something like people were trying to come out here to grab products and telling people don't do that. The supervisors who are on site will definitely stop you from doing that. It's illegal. It's offense. So yes, guys, don't go there. Plus, it doesn't really matter at this point. It seems like the all of the pallets and the cards have been crushed. And I guess if people did salvage whatever they did, they salvaged it already. It's gone. So I think he probably took the picture before the bulldozers came through. So really, he wasn't going to get too much stuff anyways. But however, we've got some new updates because the guy finally figured out to not use a potato cam. And we got some high-res videos, photos, close-ups of stuff. It's great. He even took a couple like secret layers out of there. So what we originally thought was it was a dump of Modern Horizons 2, which is kind of weird because that's like kind of high power. But they were the blister packs, so maybe they were Walmart rejects, or maybe they were factory error. We just don't know. There's so little data, and now they're all crushed, so we have even less data. But originally we thought it was Modern Horizons 2, but in fact he pulled out some secret layers, it looks like, from that pile, as well as the picture showed a bunch of Unfinity. So we'll kind of dissect this a little bit, right? So Modern Horizons 2, I don't know why that product was dumped. Maybe there was a printing error. Maybe some stores were just not holding the product. These are the blister packs, which LGSs usually don't sell. So these go to big box retailers, and if they, for some reason, don't like it, I've heard some stories about Walmart rejecting pallets of stuff, even if it has slightly little damages. And I guess, I don't know where they would go afterwards. Maybe they would have liquidators buy them, but maybe that's not something that Wizard does with Magic cards. So who knows about that. Second thing about the secret layer, that's really interesting. So I saw a picture of Dack Fayden, the secret layer that has Dack Fayden, and there's like an island one. I didn't spend a lot of time reverse engineering which land the island that came from. But if you look on the bottom of every secret layer, they have a number, like a serial number. That will tell you about what time and what phase of secret layers that card came from. So that's usually a good indicator of like understanding which set of secret layers these cards came from. So yeah, because he didn't really show the secret layers themselves. He showed the backside, which is that bonus card on the back. Now, I know these are the boxes, so they're like the taller things, which does suggest to me that these are from a older secret layer, because a lot of the newer secret layers, Wizard has gotten a little bit cheaper with their packaging material, and they just ship it kind of like in a hard envelope instead of in the box, the really nice box you get. You still get the box sometimes, but only for like more premium secret layers, like Street Fighter, the collab stuff, the Warhammer stuff. But you get the flat ones if it's just like a artist series, Magali, those kind of things, right? But the other thing that's really interesting about the secret layer dump is, remember, secret layers are not ever sent to, minus the special like WPN store versions, and those are big boxes. Those are not the small boxes. They're not sold at stores. You can't buy secret layers from Walmart. You can't even buy them from LGSs unless the LGS bought them directly from Wizard of the Coast. So that suggests to me that this dump is actually from Wizard of the Coast, or at least their factory. It's not coming from Walmart. It's not coming from somewhere else, which is really interesting here, because unless the secret layers also had problems and this is a bad production run from somebody, that tells me that Wizard of the Coast is actually starting to, maybe unload some products, right? The other really interesting part too is, why would they unload this secret layer, which is from some really old time, versus like all the new stuff like Unfinity and Modern Horizons 2? It just seems like the timing is a little bit off. It's almost like they had all this stuff sitting in the warehouse in the corner, right, somewhere, and they decided to either close down the warehouse or whatever and just dumped all the product. Maybe it would have been better if they just, gave it to the employees, but I guess that's like too much product. They probably gave quite a bit of stuff to employees this year. But if you don't know, like if you work at Wizards, you do get free products. I think nowadays what they do is they don't give you free products anymore unless it's like the Christmas stuff. What they do is they give you like points and like kind of like credit internally at the company store, which you of course can buy products with it. So that's how they reward their employees with cardboard. Anyway, so just seems really weird. It does seem like they're kind of dumping inventory, one perspective, or maybe these are actually all of the misprints and error cards and just problematic Magic cards that they're dumping all together into a landfill, right? What I did notice that was interesting, of course, now we're moving on to the third point, which is Unfinity. So remember, Unfinity was the best-selling unset ever, right? And it's like really popular. Everyone loved it, right? But why are all these Unfinity cards being dumped here? I mean, it's so majority of the photo, by the way, like where he's walking through the landfill, whatever's left over, it could be that the last box, like a crush on top, was Unfinity. It could be that maybe all the people who went to the garbage dump to pick out the cards and open packs, whatever, just threw away all the Unfinity cards because those do have the most like bulky cards in them, right? So there's like you're picking out like 3 or 4 cards out of those packs. Basically the lands, which I surprisingly didn't see any lands in there, and maybe the Galaxy foil stuff, right? Everything else basically gets thrown away. So maybe that's why. But again, it's Unfinity, so it's a set that people really didn't like. Now it does look interesting that again there are no lands. So maybe somebody did actually open the packs and threw away like the garbage, and that's what those piles are. Now, did that happen before they dumped the pallets, or did that happen like between when this photo, the original photo with all the pallets kind of like neatly stacked was taken versus now with this video where somebody's walking through? So again, super shady. I actually think people probably honestly went there and did actually go through all the cards and just dumped all the Unfinity cards. It also looks like, maybe feels like a lot of the secret layers, whatever, were kind of pulled. I think one way to tell is this. So look on the some of the secondary markets, eBay, whatever, for the next couple weeks. If tons of the Unfinity like basic lands come to market, the price kind of goes down or whatever, that probably signals that somebody got a bunch of something to then put it on there. If they all did actually get destroyed in the garbage dump, then nothing would change, right? The price would pretty much be stable. Nothing would actually be affected. So I'd be curious to check the prices on those things for the next week or so and just see if any of those come to market, because that's a lot of cards. I mean, you can imagine if you're opening that many packs, you get a basic land in every pack. I mean, we're talking like probably like thousands of basic lands coming into market, right? Maybe tens of thousands. Is that too many? I don't know. There's a lot of boxes there, right? So, and it did look like majority of the garbage in that video, which again, you can find all the full post with all the pictures in the link down below, were unsets. So that tells me probably the unsets were dumped. So that's all the updates I have on this topic. Really, there's nothing more to talk about at this point. I mean, whether the guy knows about Magic or he doesn't know, doesn't really matter. What does matter is the fact that, yes, absolutely, we can confirm products were dumped. It's really hard to fake photos like this now. I mean, if you think about it, he's done the walkthrough and they're high quality photos. We can read the cards. They do look burnt, by the way, a little bit too. So there's a little bit of like, I don't know, maybe they set these like garbage piles on fire. I have no clue. So there's that. Again, you can take a look at the photos yourself and make your own decision or not. Honestly, this is just a big no event. There's actually maybe more interesting news coming down the line soon. So I'll make sure to update you on that. Anyways, Mark, Solo Games. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.